Hey guys, it's Ping. We're out here with a new Beta motorcycle we wanted to share with you. I'm joined by Rodney Smith. He's Beta's point man, off-road and motocross legend. Stoked to have you here. Thanks for bringing these things down.
Thank you very much.
So this is a 300 race edition two-stroke.
Correct.
And
we also have our standard version.
Yep. So the race editions, tell me a little about what they come with, and then what different sizes do you guys make this in?
Okay, so the difference between our RR and our race is obviously the KYB suspension. The RR races also have a little bit more bling, meaning the axles, the oil plugs, quick front pull, the foot pegs are a little bit wider. The graphics are obviously a little bit different. And the CDI box is also.
Yeah, CDI, right, yeah.
So, you know, not a whole lot. The standard RR version is more for the kind of hardcore off-road rider, and if he wants a little bit more, wants to go racing or whatever, our RR race has just a little bit more for him. It's not a whole lot of difference between the difference of the two lines, but you know, it just has a little bit more.
Gotcha. And then what sizes can you, this is a 300,
so
what do you guys offer in two-stroke and four?
Right, we start out in the 125s on the two-stroke. We start with the 125, then we go to a 200, and then we go to the 300, and then that's it for the two strokes.
Okay.
For the four strokes, we start out with the 350, 390, we go to 430, and then the 480, which is also our 500 dual sport version.
Gotcha. So lots of choices, really.
Lots of choices.
No matter what you want, you guys have it.
Correct, correct.
And I can tell you today, just one thing that really stuck out, and all we did to this bike today, we did throw an FMF exhaust system on it. This is their turbine core 2.1 spark arrestor, which kind of mellows out the way the power delivers just because it's choked down as a spark arrestor. That's really the only thing that isn't out as this thing comes stock, right?
Correct.
And the seat.
Correct.
It does come with the seat, actually, doesn't it?
Not the seat. No,
Not
it comes
the
with
seat.
an all blue seat, but it's a standard seat.
Gotcha. So this is a seat concept seat we threw on. Those are the only changes we made today. And for me, this thing feels a lot like a motocross bike. So I was pretty comfortable right away.
I was just going to give you my opinion, being older and stuff now and riding trails and kind of pretty much show riding's all I do anymore. The standard edition is better for me. The RR, just the regular RR version. Because one, it also has the oil injector. So you don't have to mix the gas. This one here being the race edition, you need to mix gas. But with the suspension being a little bit more plush, the motor's a little bit, with the CDI, it's a little smoother. It's not so snappy and so racy. For me being older and stuff like that, and the trails I ride, I almost like the standard version better. So, you know, it's kind of up to each individual.
Sure. Yeah, and I could see that. For me, I like even this one because the suspension it's off-road.
Right, but it's still stiffer.
It's a little firmer, so you can be a little more, a little racier with it, I guess, you know, and push into stuff and kind of plow into bumps, which is fun. But I do get the sort of the usability of the RR models.
Right. My point is, there's nothing wrong with the RR. I actually like the oil injector part of it, and the suspension's actually really good for me now. You know, being softer and stuff like that. So it's kind of what you want if you're a hardcore young kid wanting to go racing. The race edition's obviously for you.
Yeah, and I don't want people to think that this is just meant to go wide open, because we found some technical little stuff in the rocks here, and man, I could drop this thing into first gear and just crawl up stuff really slow, really controlled, a finger on the clutch but barely using it, really just throttling up.
Right.
It is such an effective off-road weapon.
The other neat thing about the Betas, and we didn't even get into it today, was you can adjust the power rod. So you can even change where it hits, how hard it hits, you know, when it opens up. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and plenty of horsepower too. You know, the 300 is a nice, we talked a lot about the 200, how much you and I both really like that 200, but if you want a little bit more than that, this is such a good
the 300
spot, right?
models are real popular in America right now, so they're definitely.
Yeah, I don't care how big you are, how fast of a rider you are, this thing has all you need. It gets up and moves, and like I said, this spark arrestor definitely tones it out and kind of draws the power out, smears it out. But you put a regular, you know, put the stock muffler back on or an FMF race exhaust, this thing barks, and it definitely gets up and goes. But I found it very nimble in the tight stuff. If I was down in the trees, I could just really turn around stuff tight.
Yeah, the Beta's got a good geometry. They turn real good. They're they're good in the tight trees. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still stable in the fast stuff.
Yeah, that was the other thing. As we were going through those rollers at pretty high speeds,
yep.
I never felt like, oh, this is nervous or front end heavy.
Nope, it's got good cornering turn, yeah.
So very fun bike. Sometimes I look down and it feels wide, or it looks wide here. It's kind of like the old Yamaha look. It doesn't feel wide when you're riding though. I never once went, oh man, it feels wide.
Not at all.
So very comfortable cockpit. And you know, it's got everything for me you need. Nice bash guard, which I definitely used a couple times today.
We got our fingers today.
And the hand guards are a must if you're riding in the trees. Out here, we get these manzanita bushes and brush that will take the skin off your fingers. I think you're missing a little bit of
The East
skin.
Coast guys call those manzanita California steel.
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't bend.
They don't bend. They
Don't
just
break.
take your skin with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, this thing was really effective today, and for me, maybe my favorite one, just because I felt like it made me want to push and ride harder. If you're out just cruising, it all depends on what type of riding you're wanting to do. If you're cruising, maybe the RR versions are better. This is definitely for the guy who wants to go fast, the Ricky Bobby of the off-road world. This is your machine. So
We used to be Ricky Bobby's once.
well, yeah, decades ago. Well, hey, check out the complete line of Beta motorcycles because, man, there is something for everybody. I'm still trying to get my head around all the different models, and this is the 300 RR Race. What a fun bike. Thanks a lot for bringing it down.
No, definitely. I was just going to mention that, you know, Beta makes a lot of different versions and models for everybody. I know it's kind of complicated, but, you know, hit up your dealer. They have demo programs. So nothing better than to go out and hit a dealer and try one of the bikes out there at the demo program and maybe make up your mind more what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way, right? Go out and actually ride it. So
Yeah.
check that out. Look for your local Beta dealer. What's website if they want to go check that out?
BetaUSA.com.
BetaUSA.com. Check them out. Follow them on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.